So welcome everyone to our lesson today. My name is Atitaya Pilaikun, or you can call me Teacher Ning, or many people call me Teacher Ning Tinkerbell. Today we are going to talk about, is reading important? It seems like this question is very simple, but when you have to answer this question, it's not that simple. So come with me and learn this lesson to know about different type of text and also how reading skill is important for our life. So let's have a look. Have you ever seen this kind of pictures? Some of you might say yes. Some of the picture you might not have seen it quite often. But as I said, we are going to start this lesson by learning about the different type of text. Do you know what do they call? So just step back and think about when you are reading something, ask yourself with these questions. So question number 1, how often do you see these pictures? So it might be different when you talk about this. And where do you normally see them? For sure, you can see them in different places. Number 3, how do you feel when you read this kind of text type? Number 4, why do you read them? This question is very interesting. Do you agree with me? So when you read something, you might not ask yourself, why do you read them? You just want to read it. But actually, there are some reason behind when you're reading something. And number 5, how do you read them? Do you read this information quickly, or you slowly read it and enjoy that kind of text type? So we start from the first type of text. From the picture, you can clearly see that there are some pictures and also the word shown in this piece of information. We call it a brochure. So when we talk about brochure, it is the specific information about something that you can quickly grasp a very important information from the brochure. And also you can see the picture that can give you some information about it. The second one, this is what we call a map. So when we talk about a map, it will help us to lead our way when we go somewhere. It can help us not to get lost and also get some information to plan our traveling that time. Ooh, so have a look. This kind of information is quite important for us. It doesn't matter if we get sick or not, but we can read this information and support someone around us who is sick. We call it drug label. So in this kind of information, you have to read it very carefully, because if you didn't pay attention to the information it has been shown on the drug label, it might cause you some problem. Have a look at this. Most of the information you can see is the picture, and only a few words has been shown in that pictures. So we call it a movie poster. When we look at movie poster, we can get a lot of information even though just only a few words has been shown there. And also it's very attractive, right? The next one, wow, this kind of information we might see in different books. Sometimes this kind of information will be shown by using diagram, sometimes with bar chart, sometimes with pie chart. It is very clearly understandable, and also it's very useful when we have to quickly look at some information like this. We call it a chart. And yes, I think when I show this picture to all of you, you might say that you can see this kind of information every day, because nowadays we normally do not write a letter, but we use another platform we call electronic mail or email. So all of you might get familiar with this kind of information, right? And let's move to the next one. Wow, just have a look at the picture. It might make you feel hungry, because this kind of information is very useful for us, especially like for me. I'm not very good at cooking, but this kind of information helped me a lot. So we call this kind of information recipe. So you can see some ingredient and how to cook something step by step. Have you ever seen this kind of information? For me, I often read it. So let's move to the next one. Have a look of this kind of information. You can see some picture along with some words. But if you have a look carefully, you can see the word anything. nothing, fading, escaping. Because this is not just a word and the pictures, but we call it poem. You can see that some rhyming what happened there. Do you enjoy reading this kind of poem? I sometimes read it, but it's quite difficult to translate the meaning behind that. Okay, so this is the information that show you some example of different type of text we have seen in our daily life. So when we talk about different type of text, actually there are a lot more, but today I just show you some example of different type of text like recipe, poem, chart, drug label. But if you would like to know more, take your time, learn about it. Now we are going to move to the next objective of this lesson. When we talk about reading, many questions that I would like you to ask yourself when you start reading something. So, is reading skill important for you? What do you think? Come with me and find out the answer together. So when we talk about reading skill, is reading skill important? Yes. Some of us might say reading skill is important because it can polish our mind. Also, it can help us to gain new knowledge, get more information, increase your vocabulary, enhance imagination. How come? And provide entertainment and peace of mind. Not just only that, sometimes reading skill can promote positive sleeping. Oh, wow! Have you ever read something before you go to bed? I do. How about you? It can support us at some point, right? Sometimes reading can expand our knowledge, improve our memory and focus, strengthen our writing ability. This is just only example, the reason why reading skill is important for us. So now it's your turn. We have already learned about different text types and also how reading skill is important for our life. Now, I would like to invite all of you to join me and share some information about reading skill. So what are you going to do? You are going to show one picture of your favorite text types. So it can be any type of text. And then along with the text types, please share some idea about what is that information. What is your favorite text types? And number two, how often do you read it? And why do you read it? And also it will be nice if you can just give information about is reading skill important for you and why? So how are you going to share? Let's scan this QR code. It will link you to the Padlet platform. At Padlet platform, you can see the example that I have already done. So what I have just put in. You can just click and add some pictures. After that, mention what is your favorite text type. And then, not just only that, tell us why do you read that? How often do you read it? And why reading is important for you? So think about these kind of questions and share with us on Padlet platform. Now, we are at the end of the lesson. Let's share with me, what did you learn from this lesson? So there are two objectives of this lesson. First of all, at the end of this lesson, can you identify different type of texts? How do you feel? By choosing one of these emoticons. And the second one, at the end of this lesson, can you say that you can describe how reading skills are important to your life? How do you feel about that? Mary Pope Osborne just mentioned, reading is a passport to countless adventures. How about you? What do you think? Is reading is important for you? I hope you enjoy my lesson. สวัสดีค่ะ